What an honor to have retired Navy Captain Mickey McCamish in the studio today on Memorial Day. First and foremost, Mickey, thank you for your time. Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you for having me here this morning.
I know today's a big day. Not to confuse it with a celebratory day, it's a somber day, and we get a chance to honor the fallen, right? That have sacrificed everything. There's an event going on today. You're heading there after this. It's at the National Cemetery, correct?
That's correct, Paul. It will start at 11 o'clock this morning. It's at the National Cemetery, and it's the annual program that we have there on Memorial Day. And Paul, you're right. It's a day of remembrance. Mm-hmm. It's a day of reflection. It's a day to remind us that freedom isn't free, and we can never forget that. You know, I think I reflect back, remember my shipmates that I lost, and I also think that loss, how it impacts the family, the immeasurable impact that it has on the family, that it has on the friends, and it has on the community. You can take the Fallen Five right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The impact that had on all of us. So the immeasurable impact is just unbelievable. And sometimes we forget that. And there's just no greater love that one can do than to give their life for their friend or for their country. Right. And we just can never remember that freedom just isn't free.
And a strong reminder of that would be showing up at the National Cemetery today at 11 a.m. That program, Mickey's been a huge part of that for years now. 50,000 flags in 3 hours, 1 hour rather, by 3,000 volunteers is what you got out there this weekend, right?
It was, Paul, and despite the weather, over 3,000 people did show up. Mm-hmm. And you know, Paul, as I was leaving the cemetery, one of the last to leave, there said the slight breeze in the air, and it just almost seemed like there was a whisper in the air that said, thank you for remembering. And for 3,000 people to come out, let me tell you, that whisper in the wind that just within the cemetery, and for that to occur of saying, just thanks for remembering. We can never forget.
That's special. Now you have to, though, at some point, I believe that happens soon. You need more volunteers to retire these flags. What happens to those flags?
We will keep them. We will retire the flags, pick the flags up this Saturday. Again, the same routine, 8 o'clock, parking in the cemetery. Pick the flags up, they'll be stored. There'll be, flags that are soiled or damaged will be disposed of properly. And then we'll replenish the supply, and we'll do it again next Memorial Day in 2026.
When it comes to veterans in the community, Mickey, we see your face everywhere, and we love that. Every time we air a soundbite of you on the news in the morning, it puts a little pep in my step. This guy's doing a lot. 4 a.m. workout he had in today. I'm not kidding when I tell you that either. But when it comes to the veterans, I want to take a second to have a chance to maybe talk to somebody out there today. There's veterans, there's family members that have lost loved ones that gave that sacrifice, right?
That's correct.
How do you tell them right now, if you had a moment, to say you're not alone? There is help.
I think, Paul, just doing what we're doing here today, that we're letting them know that we haven't forgotten, that we'll always remember. And I think that's the important thing, is that we can never forget. We have to continue with Memorial Day. I know generations change, there is changes in habits, but we can never forget that freedom just isn't free. It's as a result of the sacrifices that have been made. And all you have to do is to go to Chattanooga National Cemetery. You see 49,800 grave sites that are out there. And that just tells you that freedom just isn't free.
It is most certainly not. And I have one final question for you, too. I want to give you the microphone here and the stage for a second. Is there someone on your heart that you want to specifically honor today?
You know, I have so many friends, so many shipmates that have lost through the years. Naturally, my father was a World War II veteran. Certainly, we have a family history of service. My brother-in-law served in the Coast Guard as well. And so there's just a family history. And I just want to remember all of the veterans, because we've all given the greatest gift that one could give, and that's just the gift of ourselves for the country.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Mickey. And listen, you mentioned the generations, right? If you have young ones out there today, you know, every generation looks at these things differently. Yeah. They may not know, right? They may be too young to know yet, but take them today experience. I challenge you, take your young ones and experience it at 11 a.m. today. Chattanooga National Cemetery. It'll be worth it.
And you know, Paul, that was one of the, the most rewarding things this weekend was to see the younger generations out there with grandparents, with parents out there. And that's what needs to happen.
That's it. That's what needs to happen. 11 a.m. Chattanooga National Cemetery. You'll see all the work that they put in. Don't forget to thank a veteran, not just on today. Mickey, thank you so much for your time again, for your service, all you do in this community. If you ever need us, you know where to get us, right?
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.